Hey, what up? You believe? Yeah, I decided to go live. Didn't see anybody else going live. Just Babby, but she has that. She's talking about some historical stuff. Yeah. Anyone want to come up and hang out? Oh, cool. Oh, cool. Man, I haven't bowled in a long time, man. Long time I haven't bowled. Okay, here we go. Hey, what up? What up?
What up, big guy? What up?
Oh, you having your beer?
Yeah, just my first one of the day, man. It's been
Oh,
one
that's
of them
good.
days, man. Been one of them days. I just got to the old ladies and she done took the kids bowling, so I'm just chilling out. Brought the puppy
Oh, that's
back down
cool.
here for the god damn it. Like,
That's
trying
cool.
to
Yeah.
there it is.
I think
Trying to
are they
think-
going to have Troll Cow News?
You know what? I think the bird is going live, but I don't think it's going to be the news. It's still going to be something, but with everything going on and her kid graduating and all that fun stuff, it's just been a lot. So
Okay.
So we'll definitely have Troll Cow News again next week, but this week was kind of we were all over the place. Hell, I've been all over the place. I was up on
Yeah.
Jimmy's cussing him. I was over at Paula's cussing her. I've just been cussing everybody.
Well, I was over at Nelia guy, and guess who came up? Berto.
Oh God, he came over to over in the Jimmy sector, I guess, whatever you want to call it. He got on panel over there this morning too, but they kept kicking him. Thank God.
Oh yeah, he came up. We let him up, and I just started laughing at me. He was attacking me, and I just started going like this. Wow, like that.
He's
Wow.
a man. He's a mess. I don't fuck with him. He's mentally ill. I think he's got
Yeah,
problems. So I don't know. That's my opinion of it. Other people
yeah.
can let him up. I wouldn't even entertain him. Like fuck that dude.
No, I would just go like this to him.
Mhm.
Yeah, like that wasn't. Hey, hello, Heaven sent. How are you?
Hey. I can't see when I'm on panels. I can't really see the chat. I know there's a way to do it, but
Yeah.
I just unless I'm sitting at the TV, then I could watch it on the TV. But
Oh
when
yeah,
I'm out, I can't. And it's
yeah.
not that I'm
Smart
trying to
TV.
be rude to the people in the chat that are talking to me. It's
Mhm,
just that I don't see them. So my bad. But hi, everybody.
mhm. Hey, Heaven sent. The other day, CJ Artisan posted a video about Taylor. He
Hmm.
was yeah, she was it was that video which remember when Taylor went up and she was crying out and her husband was on the panel and she was saying she wanted to make friends and everything. I tell you, man, CJ's coming after her.
Damn.
Artisan, yeah, Artisan, another guy. Yeah, Artisan,
Okay.
he's a YouTuber. He's a guy from I don't know, but he's a YouTuber. All he wants is drama. If you
No, that's a
like, if
lot
you,
of them, though, man. That
look,
honestly, that's a lot of people want drama. They
yeah, this
think
guy
it.
does.
Oh, go
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah, okay. This guy, what he does, for example, if you go up on a panel, say for example, you got into a fight with well, I don't know who, with somebody, okay, and this guy over, hears about it, and then he'll start, asking people, hey, what happened over there? What happened over there? What happened to that panel? I want some content. Yeah, that's what this guy does. Mm,
Right on. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a drama seeking, attention seeking behavior, man. It is
yeah,
what they do.
that's what he
Yeah,
was. Yeah, that's what this guy CJ does. This guy. Well, he's known
right
as
on.
RSN because his channel is called RSN News.
Huh. Oh, so he wants to be like Square. He's gonna be the media.
Yeah, kind of like Square in a way, in a
Hmm.
way. But he also has a drug problem also. One
Well,
of the
damn.
reasons why, yeah, one of the reasons why he was out he was off YouTube is because I think he had like a relapse.
Well, I hate to hear that for anybody that's like trying to be, sober. I support people if they want to, do drugs. Just be honest about it. But
Yeah,
if you're
yeah,
relapsing and it's like it's affecting your life that bad, I feel
hmm
bad for those people, man. I don't want to see anybody, you know, homeless living in a ditch. Other than
Oh,
Square, fuck Square.
oh man, I know what you mean. There was this lady in the women's committee a couple of years back. She was battling drugs, and
Mm,
she said she was doing well. She was going to counseling, but she went on a relapse and she passed away.
damn, I hate to hear that. That's
Yeah,
what I'm
that's
saying. And there's a
yeah.
lot of people that are they do the Sublocade shots in their stomach and they can never relapse. But there's
hmm
some that it's just that drawback to that drug is just too powerful, and it's sad when they overdose and die. But you know, I don't
Yeah,
know. It's sad. It's happening not just to white folks or Hispanic or black. It's across the board. People are getting addicted to fucked up shit.
yeah, true. That's true, man. That's true. A lot of people
Mhm.
are like a lot of people are like that, but but this CJ guy, man, he's one dude, man. He's been in trouble a lot here online. There's been a lot of accusations that people have done up in about this guy. Some
Damn,
some women have accused him that he was soliciting news from women in the community over that. I mean, there were
he's a
actually
sucker.
women. No, actually,
Yeah,
the women who were accusing him were actually women who were friends of his. Who were his mods in his channel.
that's a
Actually,
damn shame.
yeah,
Sick.
they were.
I can't stand people like him. I just don't like him. I don't even know him, and I don't like him.
Yeah,
Let me
you
tell
do.
you, I don't know if you're into any of the stuff over where I was talking about over the Jimmy stuff. I
Yeah,
know that you
Jimmy.
said you knew of him, but Mookie
Oh,
come back and they got a fight. Well, it's being set up for the 19th of June, and Jimmy and him are supposed to get in a ring and actually box. And I support Mookie. On that, I'm Mookie Mafia all the way. I want him to knock Jimmy the fuck out.
mhm. Hey,
But
hello,
it's supposed to
Paula.
happen.
How are you?
Supposed to happen June 19th, but I don't think Jimmy will show up. Mookie's already got a ticket. He's ready to
Yeah.
go. But Jimmy's a lot of mouth. He says he wants to fight. He wants to fight. I guess we'll see. I think he's lying. I don't think he's
Mhm.
gonna leave Texas. His mama's house is too comfortable, and Mookie's gonna punch him in the mouth.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Paula, can you put your channel link? Your
I can do it if she can. I'll jump down.
okay.
But hey, Miss
Okay, cool.
Paula, yeah, what do you want? Which one do you want? Her high
Put
ride or
outlaw woman.
that? Well,
Yeah,
okay, I got you. All right, man.
yeah,
Thanks for letting me on
yeah.
your panel, brother.
All right, man. Yeah, yeah. Heaven. Oh, Paula, this is my friend Heaven Sent. She's a really good, nice woman. Yeah, she's a. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh, guess what? I got to confront Berto today, Paula, over at a guy named Nelly's side chat. Yeah, yeah, Berto, man. But when he confronted me, I just went like this. I just started making funny noises and everything funny stuff. He came up. I didn't cuss him out or anything like that. I just started laughing at him. Yeah, yeah, Heaven, if you're there, here's a channel of Paula, Louisiana High Ride. She also has a channel called Outlaw Woman. Check out her channel. She has good content. Yeah. Okay. Oh, thanks, Elberly. Yeah, yeah. She has really good content. A place, come and hang around. You don't want to hang around over there at the asylum or over at Two Girls in One Chat over there, where what all they talk is about what kind of weed they like, what kind of this, what kind of legal substance they like, and all that kind of stuff. That's why I started. I stopped going to Two Girls in One Chat. Is when they started talking about them taking cocaine. I said, "What the fuck? No way! That's not my kind of thing. No way." Hey, I got a video to show you guys. I believe this is a video of my old community, the community I used to be part before I came to YouTube. This is a video. Okay. Oh yeah, here it is. No, that's one of the reasons why I stopped going over there too. Okay, this is the video. They're right here where these guys are playing. This is the video right here. I'm gonna show you guys.
Muévanse porque es película. Es película. Wow.
Okay, this is my old community. Okay, you see this guy in the white shirt? In the white shirt, he's like one of the he I don't know what you might call him out. He's one of kind of like this is before the work was and this stuff. This is back in 2013. And this community of people, they're from my hometown. They speak Spanish, but look into the music they're listening to. Yeah. Let me play it again. We used to call that guy Koki. This guy right here. Guy in the white shirt. Check him out. Check him out. How he's dancing. Hey, what's that, Jake? Yeah, I was part of that community of these people. These are boomers. These are actually boomers, the people you see here. You can tell by the music they're listening to. Yeah, a lot of those people you see there, I know them personally. Hey, what's up, Jane? How are you? Yeah. Yeah, I used to hang around in this community with them back. This is way before YouTube. Before there was Square, way back. This is Ray Louise. Funny guy. Oh my God! Some people I don't even want to know. I don't even know. I don't even know what I see here. I don't like. Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's the anniversary of a restaurant. That's why they're there. Yeah, that's like heavily. Up. People you see here are nice people. None of that stuff you see here. None of there's no squares, none of that stuff. All these people are really nice people. Some of them are arrogant, kind of like that, but they're not evil. They're not evil. But people we come upon here. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. I, okay, the guy right there in the cap over here, that's Roberto, a friend of mine. The lady you see here, that's Patricia, good friend of mine. This is the name of the restaurant, El Turk, the Turk Sandwich Shop. Yeah, that's Mr. Arnold, really cool man, real good man. Very knowledgeable guy. We're very none of that crap is here. They're really nice people. Yeah, they're from the same hometown I'm from. I'm a photographer. Yeah, I'm thinking of visiting them back in July. Hey, people are visiting July. I'm thinking of doing it. Thinking of paying them a visit in July. Uh, uh, yeah. Oh, yeah, it's a classic rock. Oh, yes, it's a classic rock. That's right. That's sweet, yeah. Really funny guy. That's Sergio, another friend of mine. Hey, you see here, over there, that's Luis. That's the owner of the restaurant. Yeah, that's the owner of the restaurant, Luis. Yeah. Okay, now this video here shows what this is a drive-through my old neighborhood. This is
Que
where I
no sea la
used to
subida de la
live.
independencia. Bueno, estamos en la subida de la independencia, ¿no?
I'm gonna turn this sound down. I'm gonna turn this narration. But this is where I used to live back in the day. Just before I came to live to the U.S. This neighborhood, but it wasn't like this. Like this. This used to be a gas station, but now it's a convenience store. Right here used to be a laundromat. Right here in this green building. Used to be a laundromat. Okay, let me Okay, let me. You see there? Yeah. Yeah, that school's still there. Auto parts store there, but it had a different name. It was called the Lunatic. They had a picture of some guy with a weird looking guy logo of it. It was called the Looney Auto Parts, and they had this guy saying in the commercial, he'll say ha 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 ha. That park right there. You see the park right there? Let me tell you a story about that park. This goes back to 50 years ago. You know, it would be like 8 o'clock at night when it's dark. You could see kids playing there at dark. But now these days, they don't do that no more because they say this the park after dark it gets pretty dangerous. They say no. Yeah, I heard that story. Yeah. Yep, this is where I used to live. Right over there. Over there. That's that old building right there that's no longer there. Right there, you see it? There used to be an old mom and pop store. That wasn't there when I was there. Right there, I used to live right on that block. I used to live. Yeah, yeah. Right here, there used to be a liquor store over here. It says Oxa. I remember I, I went inside. I wanted to play pinball. Like it was the only pinball machine there was. And the guy told us, "Hey, get out of here, man. This ain't a place for kids." Yeah, funny now, but back then, man, it wasn't. I didn't find it funny at all. Yeah. Right over there, you can see those mountains. If you see, you can barely see them. That's the United States. That's the U.S. right there. Yeah. Now we're back here again. Right there. Oh, no, no, wait a minute. Yeah, over here. Okay. Right over here, there used to be a laundromat right there in this building. Laundromat. They say if you went there, the laundromat, you learn all the secrets, all the gossip from the neighborhood in that laundromat. I remember. And over here on that block, you won't see it, but there used to be a bakery. Remember, they used to make bread. There was a wood bakery there where they make the bread, oven bake where they yeah. And over there, oh yes, that used to be a hospital right there. That's why I was treated in the hospital when somebody hit me with a stick. It was an accident back then. Somebody hit me with a stick in my head. In my head. I was treated there, but it's no longer a hospital. I think it's like a hospice care. It's where they take care of that now. El Indio, that used to be the old papa's mom and pop store. And you know, over there, you see this block here? Right at that corner, there used to be a mom and pop store. And you know what was the name of that mom and pop store? Somebody guessed the name of it? You really guys want to know what was the name? And you're not going to believe it? It was called Bambi. It was actually called Bambi. Yes. And the owner who owned that store wasn't like Bambi. He was one funny guy. He was this guy who had a wonderful sense of humor. You know, the kind of people you who are funny. I think kind of like if you're mentioning somebody. I think he was sort of like I would say, even though I don't know him, but somebody like Tattoo. Yeah, yeah. That old baseball park, and that's the park again. Yeah, but there was a time this neighborhood wasn't that as didn't look as quiet. It was full of gangs and drug and gangs and everything. But I'm gonna show you guys. Okay, this video is about to be over, but I'm gonna yeah. Yep. Well, I'm going to show you guys here. I'm going to go to Google Maps now, and I'm going to show you guys where I used to, where my house was, and where did I come from. I always like to start from this part, but I'm gonna show you now the picture. This is the one that I love to show people. I like to share all the time. Yeah, this is the one that I love to share with people. This right here used to be a movie theater back in the day, but now it's a playhouse. Now it's like a playhouse now. They used to have the neon lights, and you could see the movie that was playing. And here, right here, box office, the movies were here. I could still smell the food they sell there. And the bathroom there was actually underground. Back in the day, a lot of old buildings, had bathrooms underground. Yeah. Over here, over here, this is the main park of Tijuana. They're gonna have us. They each year, like around a week after the 4th of July, they have a big celebration here commemorating the anniversary of the city. Commemorating right here. This is a park which has a lot of history. Some people claim it's haunted. Yeah. Some people claim they've seen a guy walking around that's wearing old-fashioned clothing. Like the ones that you'll look at when in the old movies. Humphrey Bogart wore, Jamie Cagney wore in movies. Yeah. This is St. Francis of Assisi Catholic Church. Right here. Yeah. The pink church. It's pink. Well, legend has it right here where you have this shopping center. There used to be a big house here years and years ago. In that house lived a man with, with his two grown daughters, and the husband of one of the daughters. Here's a legend has it. They say the husband used to work in the U.S. He used to go work. He used to work in the afternoon, and would come back home around 11 o'clock or midnight sometimes, or maybe it's sometimes later. So one day, so it turns out that the husband was having an affair with his wife's sister. So one day, the wife woke up and she noticed that the door. She noticed some noise over at her sister's room, and then she went to go check it out. As she opened the door, she saw her husband and her sister in bed together. The woman freaked out. The wife freaked out. He went over to catch. He went. She went over to find her daddy's gun. She got the gun, and he shot the husband in cold blood. Her husband in cold blood. The father woke up and says, "What the fuck? What happened here? What the fuck happened?" And then and then as the sirens were coming, and then as the police sirens were coming, the father said, "Hey, give me the gun, give me the gun. When the cops come, I'll tell him. I'll tell him he tried to rape you, and I kill him. Okay, don't worry. I'm gonna take care of this. Okay, all right. I'm gonna go. They're gonna take me in. You just stay put. Okay, stay put. Okay." So the cops came, and they said and they asked him what had happened, and the father said that the husband tried to rape uh, um, the sister. So the cops started investigating, and they took the gun and they took the father into custody. As time went by, the father stayed in jail. He couldn't prove anything. He couldn't prove anything that he acted in self defense or nothing, or because he was blaming. He didn't do anything. He was just blaming. So the father died in prison as time went by, and now legend has it people have seen a man walking around here and later on disappearing mysteriously. They say the man wears a hat, a fedora hat, and in a three-piece suit like the ones in the 30s and used to wear, suits. Walk, and then he disappears. People have claimed they've seen him. Oh yeah, that's why these streets over here, since I was a kid, have always frightened me, have always freaked me out. And to this day, they always give me, I always get goosebumps. But let me tell you a story a funny story about people getting scared. This man, this old gentleman once told me a story when he said when he was about 11 years old. He went to this movie theater, went to go see the movie The Thing. The original Thing, the from 1951, not the Kurt Russell movie from 1982. I mean the original The Thing. Well, he went to go see it alone, and he got out on a late show. So he had to go home, and he's home. So he had to walk like this to his home. Here, here, and make a right here, and pass through a house that is now a medical building. I think a doctor's office now. And past this house right here, you see You see this house? It has a crooked uh, window. Well, people say it's haunted. They say they put that window because they claim that keeps away evil spirits like that. So the man walked supposedly walked through here when he went home. He said the story, but he was around like 12 at that time, I think, or something. And he said he walked home. His home was somewhere going to these right here, and he had to go climb these stairs. And he said the story is when he reached these stairs in the dark, he said he ran like hell, because he was thinking of the monster from that movie, The Thing, the Thing from another world, the 19, the guy who that yeah, those were the days, yeah. Yeah. I'll tell you why this place maybe always freaks me out. I'll tell you why. The reason. Maybe it is. Maybe it's not. Maybe. Okay, this is a funeral home right here. Okay. Now we go to this street over here. We go to this street over here. Oh my God! Every time I go over here, and here only 2 blocks away, or 3 blocks away, I'll say, or 2 blocks away, or whatever. Over here, here's another funeral home. Okay. and they've been there then since I was a kid. And over here on this is Fish Street. This street is kind of this street brings all memories. Yeah, here there used to be the right here. This restaurant is called Gemelli Ristorante Pizzeria. But there a while back, they say one of the first pizzas I ever had in this town. They used to sell it here. Now you get pizza everywhere you can buy pizza anywhere now in this town. But back in the day, that's one of the few places where you can buy pizza. This right here used to be a movie theater also. hmm And as you walk here, about 2 blocks away, 1 block away over here, right in this corner right here, here's another funeral home. hmm Yeah, right there. Yeah, here's another story. Here's another story to tell you. Right here, right this place. This used to be an old restaurant. They had some of the best burritos there. Some of the best food. I remember walking to this place and asking the girl who worked there, asking if there was tortas there they sell. And and there was this guy talking to the girl who worked there. And I asked the girl, like a customer, and the guy mentioned, and the guy says, "No, no, kid, we don't sell that here." And the girl says, "Shut up. Yes, we do. We do. Come here. You want to? Okay. Yeah." My guess was that guy was trying to be fresh with that girl. That girl worked there was trying to, and he wanted me out of there as soon as because he was trying to get hot with that woman. I think that's my guess. I think that's my guess. You get it? You get it? You get it? You get it? Yeah, I was walking by. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, those were the good old days. Here, you see that? You see this? And over here, this drugstore, this is a drugstore. This has been here. These guys been there for, for ages. Right here, it's no longer there. I'll say it was here somewhere. I don't know where, but it's no longer there. That was the first place I went. That was the first dentist I went to go see. This right here, this used to be a big movie house back in the day. Big screen movie house right here. Now it's this is a popsicle shop. They have them all over Mexico. You get different kinds of popsicles from strawberry, grape, cherry, melon, chocolate, vanilla. Oh man, all kinds of popsicles you find here, and ice cream also. Yeah, yeah. Here it was right over here. This over here. This used to be a movie theater also, but it caught on fire. And I think back in 2011, I think it was. Here there used to be a store here. But this restaurant that is now located, no, okay, wait. This restaurant, this one right here, okay, this one right here, Chapultepec is called Tortas. It was located over here. that was located right here somewhere. Back then, there was a tradition. Go to one of these movies, and after the movie, you'll stop there for a bite to eat. Yeah, those were the days. Yeah. Okay, and now, well, yeah. And over here, now I'm going to show you now. This is not considered to be the tourist section of the city. The tourist section is over here. Okay. You see, that's beer. Oh God. This is the tourist section of town over here. Right here, right here, this Caesar's Hotel was where the Caesar salad was invented. And the guy who invented it, this is the guy, Caesar Cardini. He was an immigrant who came from Italy. Well, he came to live to San Diego, but during the Prohibition, I mean, it was against the law in the United States, to sell booze in those days. So many restaurateurs and bartenders came to work here to Tijuana. Yeah, because there was also casinos. Yeah, but this place I remember as the 1980s. Hey, hello, Mama Bird Cooks. How are you? I remember as of the 1980s, this place used to be full of American tourists. This town over this block. During the daytime, you will look at families, and at night, all of these places were all nightclubs, and it was full of college students coming in from L.A. and San Diego, and high schools because since in this country the legal drinking age is 18, they will come here weekends, spend mommy's allowance or the I don't know or their tuition money or financial aid money or something. Oh, come that. And over here, this place over here, this is not the tourist section. Right here, this place, I used to spend my childhood a lot here because my dad used to have a produce business where he would sell whole fruits and vegetables wholesale. His business was right here, right inside here. Inside here, that was my father's. Good. This was my father's business inside here, and this right here used to be a restaurant. The guy that cooked there, the head cook, Mr. Raphael, great man. He was one hell of a cook, I tell you, man. He was one hell of a cook. I would go there, order whatever I want, and then Mr. Raphael would my dad would later on pay Mr. Raphael. Yeah, pay out. Just order that. Yeah, well, my dad later on would pay. This used to be a market, but the market switched. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, talking about 1973, 74, and 75. '76. I'm saying with all of this, and over here, this place over here, I remember my godmother used to live around here, but now nobody lives there. Now mostly you can see most of them are shops now. I guess commercial shops now. But right here across the street, right in this across the street, I remember this going inside here. You know, right here, over here, you're not gonna believe it, but there used to be a restaurant inside there. Oh, this was back in '74, I might recall. Oh yeah, there used to be. Oh, I'm doing fine, thank you. Yeah. Yeah. That the restaurant used to be inside here. Inside here, yeah. But the restaurant was mostly used by the workers who worked here. I remember there was a lady who worked there who was like who was kind of like he was sort of like Brookie in a way. She had this kind of this funny giggle. And funny, there was a guy who used to run here. This I think. Let me see if it's still there. Nope, not anymore. But he used to run an egg shop here. I remember he came over. He came over here to the diner, which was right in this corner. And I don't know what he told the woman, the giggling woman. Told that. I don't know what he told her. But all I remember is that she started laughing. She grabbed a pitcher of water and threw it at him. I think it was because the guy was horny, and he told him to cool off. I can still remember the ladies giggle all the time. It was better than Brookie's, I tell you. The giggle, she would giggle all the time. And this is the only time, yeah. And over here, this is someplace here where my godmother lived. I remember I spent the night here once. I think it was in '73. Yeah, '73. And all I remember is that I slept on a table. I slept on a table. I still know why. I slept on a table. One other thing that my godmother gave me was she gave me this as a gift. I think it was overdue Christmas. I think it was. She gave me a toy machine gun. It looked like an M16, but you know back then they look real, even though they were fake. They look real. I don't think now they don't do them because it's against the law because so many people getting killed. Well, I didn't think of that back then. I remember I would play. I had my gun. I had the toy gun, the old machine gun, and I would run away. These these streets you see here. I would run away, going, going pop, 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 running away these streets. I would just run away, going around these streets, pop, 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 pop. All I remember people looking at me. Oh yeah, I tell you, yeah, people looking at me. I was a kid, yeah. Right in this corner, this was the worst restaurant I ever went into. It's not a restaurant no more. It's like a flower shop now, because most of these are flower shops. Long time. I guess you pay them a visit. I mean, when I go again over here, to these places, I might do that. It was just, man. I ate some of the worst chicken sandwich. I ate one of the worst chicken sandwich I ever had there. Right here, I guess because the guy that worked there as a cook was a fucking idiot. He was this dude who was harassing my sister at that time. I remember he was some skinny guy, and then a trench coat, walking around. And then we're going to eat there. I think that's the worst thing. Yeah, the things you. And over here, I remember going to this when I was a kid. Inside here, and there was a jukebox there, and I saw a guy trying to, picking songs to the jukebox. Boom, boom. I told my mom, "Mommy, look at that! There's a man playing the piano. Mommy, there's a man playing the piano." Yeah, yeah. Most of the people that I'm talking, all of them are gone. This used to be this. Now it's a warehouse for flowers, but it used to be a toy warehouse where they sold toys at a wholesale price. They thought. Uh, there were all these cheap toys that came from. I think they were made in Hong Kong at the time. Man, every time I see this, I think I'm seeing my childhood when I was 8 years old. And you see this. This is an eatery right here. My dad used to eat here, and it's still going around. Here there was uh there was an old shop they sold. I don't know. I think the guy that ran that shop sold antiques. So like, I remember he had like a movie camera, and I said, God, I'd like to buy that. This is a candy shop where you can buy candy. Yeah, yeah, that's so funny. This okay. I want to show you this building. You see here it says Baños. This sanitarium, Baños. Well, in Mexico they have public showers where you can go in. Pay the man, pay the person there, and take a shower. Take a shower. Yeah. They have them. They have them here. hmm What else I can show you guys? Well, oh yeah, this bar right here. They say it's temporarily closed, but it's been there for years now. Uh, Here now we're gonna go. This is 7th Street. Now we're gonna walk through here. This right here is this a place. This is a social hall. It's called a bureaucrat. Back in the day, there was some parties that they had there, some dances and parties they had back in the day. And this restaurant, they've been around here since 60 years now. They've been open. Ricardo's restaurant there. When I go to Tijuana, this is the place where I always go to eat. Been doing it for nearly 50 years now. hmm And this right here, over here, this building, but it's now all run down. Oh, you see all run down. And this is it's all with graffiti now over here. This used to be a movie theater back in the day. Sometimes you would see lines of people who would, you know, the lines would go from here. This is the truth, yeah. This is a bar called Boston Bar. Lines would go from here, and they'll go down here, and they'll go all the way to this liquor store right in this corner. Yeah, the bar. Yeah, the bar. Yeah, right here. Well, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna be right back in a jiffy. Okay. Mhm. Oh yeah, I'm back. Okay. Yeah, this thing. A lot of stories from this town. It's called what? These are all. Some people might say they want to never want to walk because they feel unsafe. I walked through here many times. Yeah. Oh, the place is closed again, huh? Yeah, this is the Tijuana that Filthy Animal mentions and Petey mentioned. This is the city. And I tell you, I know the city like the back of my hand. And no, there's no donkey show. They haven't had that show, the donkey show, in years and years ago. They haven't had that in years. Oh, this is a Chinese restaurant, New Dragon restaurant. No, they don't have that. No. This right here, yes. You know, when I used to travel back in the day to down Mexico, they didn't take a plane. I take a plane now, but back in the day, I used to always would come here and take and go on one of these buses you saw here. One of these buses you see here. The reason why I took him is because they don't make a lot of stops. You know, like most buses will stay for 20 minutes there, 20 minutes here, 30 minutes there, like that. No, these guys they didn't make a lot of stuff. They took express and everything. It was like an express view. Mm. Yeah, this is the office where you go and you buy your ticket. This used to be a restaurant, but place that there was now is closed now. Yeah, I can tell you some horror. And on one of my next, I'm going to tell you guys a story about one of these buses, a horror story. I mean, that's not. I mean, Bambi might talk about the mob and stuff like that, but the story you're going to hear, it's a very sad and very disturbing story. Something that happened to a person I knew personally. You know, this is not your average story, your mob story that blah 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 you hear on Bemi Palermo's live. This is going to be a really really sad story. I'm working on it to telling more of the story. Uh, hey, Diego. Oh yeah. The bus is a. Well, I'll see you guys next time, maybe tomorrow or Sunday. Okay, I'll see you guys soon. Okay, bye.